Greetings! Welcome to the first live episode of Porygondolier in a while. Hopefully the audio's working. If something is too loud, too quiet, doubled up, non-existent, please do let me know in the chat. Excellent. Right. Before we begin, I need to introduce you to my little friend. See if I can do this right. Here he is. Hello there. Greetings. So, yeah, I'm a VTuber now. That's a thing. Sometimes I'm a sailor. Sometimes I'm a BDSP sailor. But as you know, I am always ghastly. I promise not to do that again. So, today we're going to be playing Pokemon Red, sort of. We have nothing but Perish Song. I will allow other moves that don't do damage, like recovery moves. But one slight issue, I don't actually have the ROM yet, so we're going to start with a little bit of ROM hacking. And for anybody that's watching this after the fact, I'll probably put a chapter so you can skip past all the ROM hacking stuff, as that probably won't be much fun to look at. And you can go straight to the playthrough. I've done a few things, so hopefully this won't take too long. But I'll put myself down in the corner. If I can get the hotkey right, I think I've just turned off my screen. Let's try this again. There we go. Semi-competent VTuber, I'm still learning. Right. Hopefully we can switch to Notepad++, where we will begin our adventure today in the world of programming a Pokemon game. Our base for the ROM today is Ghostlock, so we're working with a partially, I don't know, let's say it's 10% done, ROM hack that I've been working on, and I thought this would be a good test. This game already has Perish Song, and I really couldn't be bothered to add Perish Song to a blank, empty game. Plus, we'll get all the nice benefits of daytime, nighttime, all the other times of day that I've added to the game. Yeah. Leando Love asking, did I do the art for Ghastly? I did. It's based on the Ken Sugimori art. Generally, it's kind of a mix between the red and green art, the red and blue art, and then just pulling in some of the more modern elements like the red lines on the face. Yeah, the art was kind of the easy bit. Had to use some software called Live 2D Cubism, where you kind of manipulate it, because this is entirely two-dimensional, and yet it looks so 3D. It's really cool. Yeah, and I'm using another app called VTube Studio, which I guess most of the 2D based VTubers use. And yeah, it is looking at my IRL face through an iPad that I have set up here, projecting face tracking information to my computer and making my face move. Oh, we can do this. Try to get the hotkey right. That's for a knockout. Very unlikely. This ROM sort of has shiny Pokemon in it now, so just in case we come across one of those, we can go shiny. And that's pretty much all I have at the moment. I might add a few things in the future. It would be quite cool to be able to turn into a Venustoise. Alolan Figment says, this is what you look like IRL, actually. You might be right. It's not far off. Right. So, we need to add 2 new Pokemon into a few ROMs. Oh, I should probably explain. So, we're doing this run with 2 Pokemon. I need to add both of them into the game. Neither of them are here. They will be Politoed and Cursola, which I haven't added yet, even though it's Ghost Lock. I've added Galarian Corsola, but I haven't added Cursola yet, so we need to add that one. Alolan Figment says, are the odds 1 in 8,192 or lower? They are precisely 1 in 8,192. I've done a lot of testing. I have a video coming out at some point in the near future all about that topic. But I got a bit busy turning myself into a Ghastly, so that hasn't gone out yet. Maybe next week. No promises. So, we'll scroll down. So first, we need to define some constants. Here we're in a file called Pokemon Constants, and you'll see I've already added some Pokemon. These go in the place of missing no's that were already there. And so these are some that I've already added, and we need to find our next missing no. And I'm putting Politoed first. If I get that wrong, then my overlay won't work. I like to throw in a few extra semicolons just to find things easily. And hopefully that is the first one. And the next one will be Cursola. Sit in that file. Ah, there is one more thing. Let's scroll down and we can change. I'd like to give the rival Bulbasaur today. Which means I need to take Squirtle. So I'm going to go ahead and change Squirtle into Politoed. Just by making this one little change here, the starter Pokemon balls will change. I think just in case, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this or not, but I might just put Cursola in the Charmander ball. We'll see if that's how we're going to do it. As I do need 2 Pokemon for this. You can't really do beating a Pokemon game with a Perish song with a single Pokemon. You do need, it takes 2 to tango, as it were. Although tango is a dance, and that's a terrible analogy for a song. Ah, I was expecting a Porygon VTuber model. The thing is, does it? I've never seen a Porygon's mouth open. Maybe Porygon 2? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I did consider trying to do a Sailor, like a Gen 1 Sailor, but that would have been significantly more difficult. This felt like a good first one to give a go to. So that one's done. We need to define some Pokédex constants. I'm not too worried about getting these right, so we'll just stick them at the bottom. Politoed. Could be 156. And Cursola. There we go. So we also need to do, we have a file called base stats. It just tells the game where to find the base stats files, which we'll be filling in a little while. So we'll add a couple more rows in here. All of this, more or less, it's slightly different for Ghost Lock, but all of this more or less is on the PokéRed disassembly. If anyone wants to try adding a Pokemon to a game, there is a great tutorial. Please do find the other tutorial for improving the Pokemon picture system and do that one first, otherwise it's a bit of a nightmare. But those 2 tutorials, and you can do it. Even Piplup could do it. Piplup rocks. Go and check out his channel. He's doing a Piplup solo run, bit by bit. very active on the Porygondolier's Discord. There we go. We need to define the cries, but we aren't exactly putting the sound on, so these don't really matter. In fact, the missing no's already have cries, so we'll just leave those as they are. We need some dex entries. Okay, so here we have some missing no dex entries. Leander says, if someone was hypothetically working on a ROM hack with Sinister, would you play it on the channel? Yeah, probably would. Maybe a stream. I'm thinking of maybe doing streams a little bit more often. Not everything. It's not always... If I do a full edited video, it's going to probably take 5 weeks to edit. Whereas a stream... Well, we'll see how long this takes. Definitely not 5 weeks, unless we need a part 2. Right, where's the first missing no? I'm just going to go ahead and search for it. I don't want to get this wrong. There we go. So we'll have Politoed. And the second one, Cursola. We don't really need to fill this information in properly, but we could. Let's see. Okay, Politoed's supposed to go in after coughing. I mean, we do need to put something there. So those top ones are just kind of pointers, and down here you have the actual information. I might just pull up some information on my other screen. Get a nice bit of Politoed information. It is the frog Pokemon. I'll just copy this one as a template. So we put the word frog in right here. This next one is the height in feet and inches. It is apparently 3 feet and 7 inches. That's a big frog. And its weight, 74.7 pounds. So we put this in like this, 747 with no decimal point. And we need to remember to change the word coughing here, as this one then leads to the text, which will be displayed in the Pokédex. So we need to make sure we get that right, otherwise it will show the coughing text. Okay, Cursola. I mean, these don't even really have to be in order, but I like to keep them in order. It just makes things a little bit easier. So just put that in there. And what do we know about Cursola? Cursola, the coral Pokemon. Coming in with a height of 3 feet and 3 inches. And a weight of 9 pounds. No, sorry, 0.9 pounds. That's not a lot. Is that file done? Next we have one called Dex Order. Here we just have to go ahead and put them in here. Dex Politoed. This one has something to do with the fact that index numbers for Pokemon and Pokédex order are different, and this one, I believe, helps it to figure that out, as it sometimes has to do conversion between the two. Politoed, Cursola. There we go. Why is Politoed so heavy? Wait, how heavy was it? Let's have a look. 74.7 pounds. I mean, it's almost it's a 3.5 feet frog. I feel like that's not totally out there. Technically, Pokemon Snap had Porygon with a mouth, I think. Well, maybe I could have a go at making a Porygon in the future. I didn't want it to be too confusing. I keep trying to make it obvious that with the lore of the channel that I'm the guy riding on top of my Porygondolier-esque Pory boat kind of thing. Not the Pokemon itself. So I thought if I went full on and just made myself into that, it'd be a little bit confusing. Not that it really matters. Okay, let's find some text. So just after coughing, and like if you just want to play the game, you don't really have to fill this in. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Politoed. Let's find some text. When you're doing Pokédex text, you can only have 18 characters per line, otherwise it will go off the end and it will look a mess. Normal text, you get 18 on the first line and 17 on subsequent lines. The Pokédex, you can have a little bit more. Let's find a nice one. I'll find the shortest one that I can find, because they don't tend to fit very well. This one is from... let's put this one in from Crystal, this is nice. So... we can select the text, and you won't see it on the screen, as my screen is 1080p and the view here is 720, but I can see that I've gone slightly over. Expands its throat to croak. That's going to be too long, isn't it? Yep, too long. Croak out a tune. Nearby, Poliwag and Poliwhirl gather immediately, and no full stop on the end. I don't know why, it just sort of adds it for you. So if you put one, you'll end up with two. So don't put a full stop or a period on the end. Hopefully the spelling is good and we can move on. The next one was just after Taurus, I think. Yes. There we go. So I'll just copy the Taurus one. Remember to change its name, otherwise it won't work. Did I change it for Politoed? I did. So, Cursola, we're probably going to be stuck with very long ones. Oh, the one in Shield is quite short, so let's see if this fits. Be cautious of the... that fits. Ectoplasmic body. Surrounding its soul. It's going to be too long, isn't it? Yes. Down. Surrounding its soul. You'll become... ah, too long. We may have to hyphenate. Become stiff as stone. I'm just going to carry on. I think that's too long, but we're definitely going to need to hyphenate to make this one fit. 15. Yes, let's hyphenate become. Ah, the next line is too long as well. Fine, we'll hyphenate it in a slightly strange way. There we go. That should do. It will do y'all. Surrounding its soul. You'll be... Yes. Oh, thank you. Right. Lucky that it had a very short entry in Shields, as the entries in the modern games tend to be way too long. You have to kind of rethink them a little bit. The next file is Evo's moves, where we will define evolutions and moves. I want to figure out what the moveset's going to be. I'm not really going to bother putting all of the moves in today, as we don't really need them, and there are some moves that probably aren't added into the game yet. We don't really need Perish Song, but maybe a few other things like Rest might be nice. Yeah. So we're just replacing the missing nose with new data, and if we go down, so these are pointers again, if we go down in this file, we'll find that these actually exist. The missing no evolutions and learn sets are actually unique for every unknown, but they are also blank. So you can kind of see where Game Freak probably had something in here and then deleted it, or maybe this was their placeholder for all the Pokemon. Not sure, but we shall make use of it. I'm not going to bother hooking up Poliwhirl to Politoed. We're just going to receive a Politoed pre-evolved, so its evolution would go in the Poliwhirl area anyway. We need to have these DB zeros at the end. That sort of just tells it this is the end of the data. We do need to have those. And we need to figure out what its moves are going to be. The reason I chose Politoed and Cursola is these are the only two Pokemon that learn Perish Song at level 1. I probably should have said that at the beginning, but that's why, and that's why it's a very weird combination of Politoed and Cursola. So, let's have a look at Politoed's Gen 2 learn set. Apologies, you won't be able to see it on the screen, but I shall read it out. So, Gen 2 Politoed at level 1 gets Water Gun, Hypnosis, Double Slap, and Perish Song, all at level 1. It then gets Perish Song again at level 35, which we won't bother with, and at level 51, Swagger, which isn't in the game, so we won't bother with that one. So what we shall do, I'll just copy a line from here. Actually, we don't need to put anything in here. Level 1 moves don't go in this file, so Politoed is done in this one. We'll move over to Cursola. And then we'll have a look at its Gen 8 learn set. I'll just scroll down to the next missing no, change that to Cursola. And this one gets Perish Song, Tackle, Harden, Astonish, and Disable, all at level 1. Because I'm trying to run this more as a Pokemon Red, but I added Perish Song kind of thing, I'm not going to give it Astonish, and we couldn't use it anyway, so that will reduce it from 5 level 1 moves to 4. It then gets Spite at level 15. I'm not terribly sure whether to give it Spite or not. I'm a little bit tempted, it's in the game. Could be fun. Could be a way to burn moves. It then gets Ancient Power at level 20, Hex at 25, these moves are added. Curse at 30, I don't have that one yet. Strength Sap at 35. Power Gem at 40. Haven't added either of those. Nightshade at 45, couldn't use it anyway. Grudge at 50, I do have that one. And Mirror Coat at 55, and I haven't added that one. I'm a little tempted, I think we'll keep it very simple. I'm just going to give it the level 1 moves. And I'm just going to not bother putting anything in here, as we are basically doing this with Perish Song. So, after all that, we don't really need to add anything in here. We just need the pointers. So, next file, menus icons. I don't think this one is particularly important anymore, as I've got party icons in a separate thing. But we can just put them anyway, just in case it needs them. If you're doing this in a vanilla ROM, you would need this, but I've got unique party icons for everything, so probably not necessary. Politoed. I think Politoed can be a seal. Let's have a look. Where's the seal? Ah, okay, it's called water in here. So I'll put that one for Politoed, and Cursola can just be the helix icon. There we go. Cursola. Oops. Politoed. Probably not necessary, but just for completion's sake. This one's quite important. Names. We do need to give them names. Otherwise, they will be called missing no. So, replace the first missing no with Politoed, and then a number of @ symbols to fill up the space. And the next one, Cursola. There we go, that's that done. Now, I've got a purely, this is a ghost lock thing. This is not normally there, but this one takes the Pokédex number and turns it into the national Pokédex number. So it has kind of the internal Pokédex number, and then it can have a different one. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in. Politoed is Pokemon 156 in the game, but its national Pokédex number is 186. So this is going to look really weird because it's going to come after these ones, but anyway, Cursola is 157. I could have done the order correctly, but it'll be fine. 864. There we go. Yes, icon bird. Well, icon bird, I think it just refers to the bird-like icon. But yes, it's just the kind of flappy bird icon thingy. So, with that one done, palettes. This is where we put the palettes. And because this is based on PokéRed GBC, there's a whole section called If Gen 2 Graphics. I'm not using Gen 2 graphics, so we can skip past that one to here. And we have all of the Pokemon and which palettes they're going to use. You can see I've got a lot of comments in here. I'm currently tweaking these a little bit. But we can give Politoed, we'll give it a palette called Politoed. Make in a moment, and I think Cursola can just use the Galarian Corsola palette. I think they're the same. I've got a file called Random Ghosts. I'm gonna have to turn off the ghostification. That's a good point. Currently, if Politoed was to faint, it would turn into a random ghost, and if Cursola was to faint, it would vanish. I'm probably going to need to reverse that change. That shouldn't be too hard. Right. Next, we need to make some base stats files. I'm going to make a copy of the Poliwhirl one. There's one of these for each Pokemon. Make a copy of the Poliwhirl one and call it Politoed. Open it up here for you to see. So in here first we have the Pokédex constant. So we'll just change that. We then have the stats, which I need to remind myself. So we're going to have 90 in HP, 75 in attack, 75 defense. Speed is going to be 70. And special is going to be 90, which comes from its special attack. Because if we see Poliwag, well, Poliwag and Poliwhirl have equal special attack and defense anyway, but if we see Poliwrath, its Gen 1 special became its special attack in Gen 2. So we'll be following the same for Politoed. Its types are indeed water. If it's a single type Pokemon, it has that twice. Its catch rate is apparently 45. I've got Bulbapedia open on the other screen here. And its base EXP yield in Gens 2 to 4 is 185. There's some graphic stuff. I think, hopefully I've done the graphic stuff already in advance. I didn't want to spend too long on stream doing that stuff, so we can just point to those. Politoed. And this is where we put our our level 1 learn set. So this is why we didn't put it in the other file. This one's going to go in here. So we're going to swap Bubble for, well, Water Gun. We'll just copy that across. Hypnosis is correct already. Then we've got Double Slap. Oops. Not sure if Double Slap is... Sometimes it's good to just pull up the constants sheet and check how those are written, as it does need to be exactly the same. So if we look in the move constants files, we can see a Double Slap is one word. So that is correct. And then, of course, Perish Song, which I'm pretty sure is like that. I mean, I added it myself, so yes. There we go. Its growth rate is medium slow. And TMs. I think we can have a look at the... I should have probably prepared this part in advance, but I think we can have a look at what TM's Poliwhirl gets, because it should get all of those at a minimum. In fact, we can just open up the Poliwhirl file. Actually, I copied the Poliwhirl file, so this is already exactly the same, so that's good. I think we're going to need to add Hyper Beam, but we're not going to use it anyway. Realistically, we're only going to be using things like Rest. I think this is probably fine for the run. Substitute might be an option, Mimic, possibly. But since we can't use any damaging moves, I think this is probably fine. And down here, if you're using a vanilla Pokéred, you won't have this. This comes by default in Pokéred GBC. This is to do with a tutorial called Improve the Pokémon Picture System. Highly recommended to use before adding any Pokémon. We just need to change that to Politoed. Let's have a look in the comments. Am I getting the TMs right? I'm missing Dig. Well, we can give it Dig. Where does Dig come? Is that just after Fissure and before Psychic? Right? We can just throw that in there. It's all gonna end up messy, but it's fine. We can give it Dig. I'm not gonna use it anyway, but we can give it Dig. Then for Cursola, since we've already added Galarian Corsola, I think we can just copy that file. Dig is after Fissure. Doesn't that make it TM28? I thought that was Tombstoner. Very confusing. go, so we have a file for Cursola. Just make the necessary changes. HP is going to be 60, and I will absolutely be able to use this file later when I actually come to adding Cursola into the game, which is nice. Defense is 50. Why is it so low? I thought Cursola had... Huh, this defense drops quite a lot when it evolves from Galarian Cursola into Cursola. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but okay. Speed, that's 30, that's correct anyway, and according to my notes, we are using the special attack. I mean, either way, special attack is 145 and special defense is 130, so it's pretty huge either way, but we're going with the biggest number, 145. Hopefully those are correct. It is a pure ghost type, so ghost. Catch rate, according to my Excel sheet, is 30. And base EXP, 179. These really don't matter, but might as well. Cursola. And there's just a lot of writing the word Cursola, really. Writing it with my keyboard, also known as typing. And let's have a look. Oh, is it a fast grower? It is indeed a fast grower, so we're probably going to see Cursola leveling up quite a lot faster than Politoed. And its level 1 moves are going to be Perish Song, chat, do let me know if my keyboard is too loud. Not that I can do much about it, but I would like to know. Harden, that could be useful. And then we're going to skip Astonish and give it Disable. There we go. The TM list, update me later. That's useful, isn't it? Oh dear. See if I can pull something out of my fancy Excel sheet. According to this... we should get Toxic. We're not going to use Toxic though. We should also get Rage. We're not going to use that. Double Team. We're not going to use that. Well, we could use it. We'll put it on. Let's have a look. Let's just grab this one and we can delete things. Hang on. The whole thing. Nope, we're not going to use any of these moves. Or these ones. Basically, I want to delete everything up to Double Team. Well, we'll keep Mimic. Mimic could be useful. I like the keyboard loud noises is like one ASMR thing that works for me. It's definitely noticeable, but not a hindrance really. I did have some people, when I put out my Bridge to Cinnabar video, I had some people saying they really liked the keyboard noises. And then I got a controller. I've got a controller now, although it's not plugged in, so I probably won't be using it today. But it's like, it's okay, the keyboard noises are going away. I have a controller now, and some people were saying in the comments, no, we like the keyboard noises. Fair enough. I kind of get it though, I quite like the keyboard noises. So we're going to keep Mimic and Double Team. It would also get Mega Drain, Earthquake. We can't use these moves anyway. We want Rest. And we want Substitute, just in case. Anything else? I mean, technically it could also get reflect, but I'm not going to be teaching it reflects. I think that will do for today. We'll just get rid of surf and strength. Yeah, we'll just take the easy route. If I had a properly formatted TM list, I might have done this properly, but Ghostlock doesn't even have, well, won't even have the same TMs as the vanilla game. This does currently have the normal TMs, but in the future it won't. So, that one's done. We are going to need to make a palette for Politoed. So we'll open up a file called SGB palettes. The GBC Romhack, the GBC version, PokéRed GBC, kind of just makes use of this file, which is normally for Super Game Boy, but you just define them in here as normal, and then it works. So we will make a new palette. We need to give it a constant as well. So we'll open up another file called palette constants. And here we'll ignore the if Gen2 graphics stuff, and we will go ahead, add another one here called pal Politoed, which will be 43. And in SGB palettes, I can just copy one of these lines. And I need to get the actual colors now from the file. So the first one, I've added this here, this helps me out a lot. So these are, when you put the pictures into the game, they will be black, white, and 2 shades of grey. And when you define the palettes, they go from lightest to darkest. So I find it useful just to have a comment in there to help me figure out, remember how that is. It's probably obvious from the fact that the bigger numbers are here and the smaller numbers are here, but anyway, I find it helpful. So, this is our first red value for the light shade, which is going to be a kind of lime green colour. And for this one, we need to put 25. The next one will be 31, and then we'll have a 4. And for the dark shade, I need a calculator. 57. We have to divide the numbers by 8 and round it off. 57 divided by 8. That shouldn't be that hard. 7. Okay. $20. I wonder how many people are actually going to watch this part after the fact. If you are watching this, not live, please drop me a comment to say that you watched the ROM hacking portion of the video. I'll be very interested to know. Apologies, I'm not reading chat as much as I probably should be. I think your pal Gross Green fits Politoed pretty well already. I think the lime palette probably fits a little better, but we'll give it a close approximation of its Gen 2 one, which should be like this. So we just save that file. That's our palette done. Oops. Right, what do we need to do next? Ah yes, we have a file called pics that we have to mess about with. This one just tells the game where to find the picture data. And again, we have lots of if Gen 2s and things in here. be an accidental copy of the previous bank. Interesting. Wait, spinner rack? What is going on? Oh, this is... Why am I in crystal version? There's an accidental copy of the previous bank. What? So the pictures are in twice. Okay, we're going on a tangent here, but this is Pokemon Crystal, and apparently the Pix 19 bank is duplicated. That's a bit of a waste. Considering how full Pokemon Crystal is, I think it's about 930 kilobytes out of the megabyte limit before you would need a bigger cartridge. That feels quite wasteful. Ghastly. Ghastly does not approve. Right, let's get back into the correct folder. Pics, here we are. Yes, if Gen 2 we use Gen 2 pictures, if not Gen 2 we use Gen 1 pictures. Pretty straightforward. We're just going to go down to the bottom of this file, where I have already been adding some things. And yeah, hopefully it will fit. Add 2 more of these. Politoed first. Care point, if you copy one of these lines, the folder structure is slightly different. It goes front and then back. And in the second one, the name will have Politoed B. I have made mistakes related to this many times. I don't know why I'm talking like this is a tutorial on adding Pokemon to the game. But it just feels like a thing that I can talk about while I'm Romhacking. There we go. You can have spaces if you want. You don't have, doesn't matter. I'm gonna get rid of them. Notice I'm keeping all these files open, as at least one of them will have a typo in it, and it's easier just to go back and change it rather than having to reopen the file. Once I've confirmed that everything is working, I'll close them. Ghastly knows all about file size optimization. Yes. Ghastly knows. Oh, that was a terrible Ghastly voice. Ghastly would never make a copy of an entire bank of Pokemon graphics. That would be very wasteful. I need to practice my Ghastly voice. Right. That one's done. I think we can see if the game builds now. I've probably forgotten something. I think I need to do the cries again somewhere else, because this is also Crystal, using the Pokemon Crystal audio engine. I'll just start building the game and have a look at that at the same time. But we have another file called cries. Not that one. We want cry pointers. Here we are. Nope, nope, not this one. Maybe it's fine, I'm not sure. Haven't actually added that many Pokemon into GBC yet. I'm just dancing to the music while the game builds. Don't mind me. Oh, it has successfully built, so it seems to be all right. That's good. So, I need to do a couple more things. What we can do... Firstly, when I get a gift Pokemon, I would like it to have average stats, as that's just something I always do on the channel. So, I'm going to open up a file from my kind of main ROM that I use for solo runs. And we shall see how I did that last time. I can just copy some code over, it's not very complicated. Somebody please remind me to remove ghostification, as that's going to be a problem otherwise. Well, that's shiny Ghastly. Well, if Ghastly can transform into anything, as it did in the anime, then it follows that it can also transform into a shiny Ghastly, does it not? Right. Where's this file? I believe it's this one. There's a file called addmon, and in here this is for Volo, so not that bit. There we go. Sets starter Pokemon to average values instead of random. That's what we want. And you see, normally it would do 2 lots of random, and we're just filling that in with these values. And this has the normal 9 attack, 8 defense, and then 8 in speed and special, which is applied to all Pokemon trainers. Although, as you will have just noticed, Volo has different DVs. He has perfect DVs to make him tougher. So we need to find the exact same file in my new ROM. Addmon. Let's see if we can find that bit. I think there's some extra stuff in here. Oh, that's the wrong file. It's Bill's PC. Here we go. Not wild. This is random DVs, or IVs as they call them here. It's a bit weird. Random IVs, DVs for gift Pokemon. So if you steal an EV from a table, it will also have average DVs. I'm just gonna steal all of this code from myself and paste it in right here. That's that one. I used to do this with a GameShark code. This is way easier. That's done. Pretty sure it'll work, so I'll just close the file. Let's read the comments. Ghostification off. Yes, thank you. I had already forgotten. Let's do that next. Reincarnation, the opposite of ghostification. We may or may not have a feature like that in Ghostlock when it's done. I'm definitely thinking about having a feature where you can learn a move from the species that it used to be. I think that'll be fun. So if you've got a Flareon and it turns into a Frillish, you could have a Frillish with Flamethrower. Yes, so if I'm not wrong, the only things that we need to do now is remove the ghostification and somehow get Cursola. I have an idea for that one, something I've never done before, but we will try. First of all then, let's just remove the ghostification. This should be pretty easy. We'll just find where the fainting happens. Faint, not the enemy. Oh dear, where's this one? Ah, here we are. Handle playermon faint. No, that's not it. I think it's... there's a script which... Actually, we just search for Ghostify. No? There we are. Now you can see it plays the cry, or sometimes it doesn't, but anyway, plays the cry, and then I've basically added in this separate script called Ghostlock Faint, and all we need to do is comment it out, and that's it. Ghostification is gone. Shall I try to read that in the voice of a ghastly Mr. Piplup? If at first you don't succeed, become the definition of insanity. I need to practice the ghastly voice. I need to practice the ghastly voice off stream. Is it easy to set up an avatar, ghastly in this case, that mimics you like he has? I had to draw it. That was the easy bit. I spent a couple of hours drawing it, and then I made a few changes afterwards. I spent about 25 hours rigging it in Live 2D Cubism. For example, the picture just looks like this. So to be able to sort of make it go like that, you have to kind of define all these different movements. And I also had to make the ghost, the gas is kind of rotating and also changing shape slightly in the back there. It's a lot of fun. I don't envy the people that have done proper, let's say proper V2 models with the VTuber models with the kind of anime character style, because there are so many additional elements. I mean, you've got like a body for a start, hair, eyebrows. I didn't do anything with eyebrows. I'm thinking about maybe doing something with eyebrows in the future. That could be interesting. We could get the tops of the eyes to kind of flex with. What else did I not have to do? Quite a few things I didn't really have to do. Booba is very important for V2 models. Boob physics, didn't have to do any of that. I do have some physics applied to this though. You'll see it kind of, well, this is just in VTube Studio, but if I try to stay perfectly still, you'll see it's kind of bobbing up and down very slightly. Maybe if I make it bigger. I wanted to give it a kind of ghostly presence. It bobs up and down a little bit. Oh yes, the eyes. And you can really do whatever you want with it. I mean, I've got these eyes as well. Hopefully we don't need to use these today. I look a little bit weird when I've got my head turned. I might need to do a bit more work on these. Colour changes are very easy. But yeah, it's a process, not gonna lie. I mean, people make a lot of money doing rigging. Gas physics when? I mean, the gas does kind of follow me around with a slight delay. Yeah, I'm going completely off topic here. We have removed ghostification. Right, we need to be able to get a Cursola. That's the other thing. So, I think what I can do is go into the Oaks Lab script And I'm going to open another file, which is the Oaks Lab text. And let's have a look in the game for a moment. If we head over to Oaks Lab, I see one remaining ball, and it says, that's Prof Oak's last Pokemon. Wonderful. That's what I wanted. So if we have a look here, that's Prof Oak's last Pokemon. I want to replace this with give me a Cursola. So in the script file, find that one. Here we are. So currently, when we try to talk to the ball, interact with the ball with the A button, it plays this text. And what I want to do instead is get a Cursola. So I think I've got some code in my Pewter City script where I get a Caterpie, which I added for some testing. So this is more or less like what you would see when you get a Lapras, something like that. We can just add that in here. Cursola. Level 5. I don't think we need that. I don't know if we need text end. We probably don't. I'll leave it there anyway. I don't think it'll hurt anything. The ball won't disappear, but we'll be able to get a Cursola in theory. An XP system on YouTube live streams, is that a thing? Temporary disabling of ghostification. Yeah, at least it's nice if I want to have a feature in the post-game where ghostification can be turned on and off. You can see how easy that would be to do because of how I've done it. The other reason I did it like that is this one, the Battle Core, and another file called Effects. Those two together kind of make up most of battling. Those are huge. They're quite full. You can add a little bit more to them, but it gets full really quick. So it's a good idea if you're adding anything to the battle system, if you can, put it in a different bank and then use a call file like this so that you're not making this bank bigger. But occasionally I have issues where putting it in another bank just doesn't really work out for me, probably because I'm incompetent. Getting there slowly. But yes, we don't want to make the battle core too big. Right, I'm gonna try and make this game again. I've probably forgotten something. I'm gonna have a quick look through the mods I've made to Ghost Lock, and hopefully we can keep everything else. Ah, I know I need to do one thing. I need to make a little change to Cerulean City. I'll show you why. Ghostlock will have a slightly different sequence of events. We need to go to Vermilion to get there. There we are. There's a Snorlax in the way, and no way to wake the Snorlax up yet, because this is a partially 10%-ish made game. So I think what we can do, obviously we should go through there after getting cut, so we'll follow the normal sequence when playing, but I'll probably just remove that bush, and then we can go through. I could use walk through walls or something, but yeah, let's just do that. Or we could remove the Snorlax, I suppose. I think editing the map might be faster. Although it's not terribly easy to show you that part, so maybe we can remove the Snorlax. Let's do that. For that, we need to open up a file called data maps objects Cerulean City. We should see. Actually, is that Cerulean City, or are we on to the route to that point? We're actually already on Route 9, so this is the wrong file. We need to open the Route 9 file. And the Snorlax we just saw is another Snorlax, technically the same one, in Cerulean City. Here we are. I think the easiest way we can do this is, these are the coordinates for the Snorlax. Let's just move it down one tile and we can walk right past. Which will be that 8, we'll change that 8 into a 9. Fingers crossed. That'll be good enough. And I think... Yes, there's a Snorlax blocking the way to Rock Tunnel. I feel like the climax of the game should happen in Lavender Town, so you shouldn't really be going to Lavender Town too soon. As you'll see a little later, there have been some changes in the Cerulean Gym, which unlocks the swimming feature, which is necessary for the new sequence of events. But yes, many things still to do. Okay. We can now open our new game. I'm calling it Pokered Perish. We may have to make changes midway. Let's make sure we've got the text speed on nice and fast. I'll keep the animation on. I feel like battle style being shift is probably a good idea. Does the character have floaties so they don't drown? No, they're just really good at swimming. But you have to get a swimming lesson from Misty first. Okay, I have no idea how this is going to go. There'll probably be some issues. I don't know why it thinks I've got Misdreavus. That must just be the save data that's here now. But let's go ahead and make a new game. Quick, somebody give me a name to call myself. Perhaps a famous singer, as we're all about singing in this one. Singing the song of Perish. I'm looking at you, chat. We're not moving on until somebody gives me a name. Otherwise, I'm going to have to look into pop culture and find out who the people are that sing songs. Ghastly? Ghastly? Me? Celine Dion. Celine. If I'm calling myself Celine Dion, I feel like I might need a slightly different avatar. Having said that, I'm probably going to be a Chansey. Beyonce. I mean, we could. I think. She slays. Okay, if you say so. Wait, let me make myself small again. We're gonna be Beyonce. Will that fit? It will. All right. We're being Beyonce the Chansey today. This is my rival. His name is John. Yeah, I'm a Chansey. Let us begin the game in the evening. I'm gonna grab the potion. And find out if the mods that I've made have actually worked. I'll save just in case. So first we want to take Squirtle. Oh boy, that ain't good. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. Well, the party icon's working nicely enough. Oh boy, that's rather odd. We'll fix that in a moment. Let's just try getting the other ball. We got a Cursola. Excellent. Yeah, the ball won't disappear because I haven't really done it properly. There's Cursola. Cursola looks fine. So clearly I've just done something wrong with Politoed. Why do you look like that, Politoed? Do they both have Perish Song? That's quite important for the video. Wait, Perish Song has 5 PP, is that it? How is 5 PP? 5? I don't think I've thought this through very well. 5 PP. This is gonna be, we're gonna be spending a lot of time in the Pokemon Center today. 5 PP, wow. We're gonna need some ethers and elixirs and things for the league as well. This one also has Perish Song, excellent. I don't have a Pokedex yet. Oh well. Let's defeat John with Perish Song. Yeah, the back sprite looks fine too. I think something just needs doing with the front sprite. So we can use Perish Song. And the choice of timing to switch is kind of optional. I feel like there's a strategy here involving hypnosis. So obviously we don't want to take too much damage now. We can sleep. I mean, switching would be optional at this point because we're going to get a free heal anyway. But yeah, switch. Bulbasaur faints due to Perish Song. No ghostification happened. There we go. It seems good, except for this. That to me looks like a sprite dimension problem. I've probably just forgotten to update something. Let's have a quick look. If we go to the Politoed file, here we are. Sprite dimensions are set to Poliwhirl. Oops, Politoes? That's a different Pokemon altogether. Do we have any Politoes fans in the house? Right, I just need to build the game again. I've got an error. I have made a slight mistake. This file doesn't exist. We can just change that back to Polywhirl. It doesn't matter. This is for Gen 2 graphics. It's not going to get used anyway. There's kind of a switch, like an on-off switch for Gen 2 graphics in this game, in PokéRed GBC. I'm not using Gen 2 graphics at all, so that doesn't matter. Politoed is selling their feet pics, probably. I have heard that is how Politoed makes a living. Will I be able to use PP ups in this challenge to raise the PP of Perish Song? That's a fantastic idea. Why didn't I think of that? There are 6 PP ups in the game. One of them is in the unknown dungeon, so we won't get that one, but we can get 5. Meaning we can get 7 PP on one of them and 8 on the other. That'll help. There we go. We have a ROM. Just reload things. I have about an hour and 3 minutes of music, and the fact that we're on the second run now tells me that we've been doing this for an hour. Let's have a look. Hey, there we go. No big issue. Right. Let's play Pokemon Red. Hopefully this doesn't... No, I'm not even going to check, but that might lead to the Hall of Fame. Hello, Pidgey. So I have got the stats bar turned off today. The stats bar doesn't really work for anything but solo runs. I was able to rig it up so that the level and type, this stuff up here, let's see, this stuff up here is correct when you switch, but to actually get the stats bar to properly work, no. That was going to be quite tricky, so I'll have to look at that. I'm going to have to do it at some point, but hopefully we won't miss that too much. So this is nice, so we've got Harden, so we can sort of switch and just sit here using Harden, just to take less damage, really. Quite happy with that as a strategy. The game does still have Oak's Parcel. It will be removed later. One hour and 26 and we've just started playing the game, so yeah, nice. Alolan Figment asks a question I asked, but you missed earlier. Apologies. About the Snorlax in Cerulean, did progression change to allow access to Saffron early? No need to spoil if you have plans though. No, actually. So, I don't mind mentioning it. The way it will work is that you gain the ability to swim. Misty will teach you after you've got the 3rd badge. You can then go back to Pallet Town and surf down to Cinnabar Island. You're then going to go through the Seafoam Islands, which may or may not contain Team Rocket people, up to Fuchsia, up the wrong way up Cycling Path, and the Snorlax, which normally blocks the entrance to Cycling Road from Celadon, will most likely be a Gimmighoul chest, so you won't need a Pokeflute to wake it up. Yeah, just to mix things up a bit, really. I'm just gonna run away. Let's check the Pokédex in a moment. We could also just take unlimited Cursolas by continuously talking to this Pokeball on the table. I won't, but we could, because I was lazy in how I programmed it. Let's have a look. There we are. You can see 186 coming after 222 because I didn't really do it properly. 864's in the right place at least. Oh no! Why? Ah, I know why it's doing that. The game is currently set up to show you shiny palettes in here, which I'm still working on, and I didn't give it a shiny palette, so it's giving nonsense instead. Never mind. Cycling up from Fuchsia is going to be a trek. Yeah, maybe we need to add an engine to that bike. Right, we can now go back up Route 1 again. Thankfully I remembered to change the encounters back here, as in Ghostlock currently there's a bunch of Articunos, Moltres and Zapdoses here to help make ghostification testing easier. I'm going to have to get used to healing a lot, I think. And because there are 2 of them in this run, we're not going to be leveling up anywhere near as fast as in a usual solo run, so I feel like we're definitely not going to be on minimum battles. But because we have Perish Song, it shouldn't be that hard to beat John. Hopefully. I'm going to try and put it to sleep. Well, sound attack is fine because I'm switching anyway. There we go, that's Pidgey done. Don't really mind. We can start with Cursola, Perish Song. Just use Harden, just in case. I think its Tackle, its Tackle won't hit anyway because it's a Ghost type, which is probably going to be quite useful. In fact, as a general strategy, we probably want to start with Politoed and switch out to Cursola. Or I mean, we probably want to be using Cursola more than... Oops. That didn't happen. I need to get rid of these moves. Oops. We'll just forget that happened. It's 6:10 in the morning. The clock takes 48 minutes to go round, but if I've got the spacebar held down to speed things up, then we're looking at about 12 minutes per day. To remember to not use damaging moves. Yeah, we're not going to need to look at the Pokédex. It was just I was just interested in seeing the text. At least the text looks fine. Yep, looks good. The area text, I don't know. I'm not sure how the area thing works. Yeah, you won't find them anywhere. Right, let's do all the bug catchers. Oh, that's just because the Pokédex is set to show shiny palettes at the moment. That won't happen again. Oh. Because this is Ghostlock, you don't actually take poison damage in the overworld, which is a little bit of a factor here, so I'm probably going to grab the antidote and use it, just to be a little bit more realistic. Will the AI switch out after a while by the time you beat first gym? I haven't made any changes to the AI yet for Perish Song. So I guess this is more of a... If we just added Perish Song to Gen 1 and Gen 1 didn't see it coming, this is what would happen, sort of run. But for Ghostlock, maybe I'm considering doing some changes to the AI. Actually remember to switch. There we go. Right, yeah, so we won't take any poison damage. Let's just grab that there and use it. As we probably should be taking poison damage. It's a loose concept. Can we disable poison sting? There we go. That's better. Maximum hardness. Quickly running out of PP. I'm not sure if this will come up or not as well, but the enemy does use PP in this game. That would have been significantly harder to remove, as it's sort of interwoven with the battle engine and various other things. But it probably won't have a big impact. There we go. I wonder if anyone's done this in Gen 2. It's a slightly more obvious run in Gen 2. You'd probably just use 2 Politoeds, I suppose. What's that? It's a potion. Okay. Rather strong Weedle. Having said that, Politoed's level 9 now, so we should be fine. Last Perish Song. It's worked out nicely. I should probably switch up the order occasionally. There we go. I was about to say we're out of the woods, but we're not quite out of the woods. We are now out of the woods. And I think that means it is time to battle Buzz Lightyear. I think we'll go with Cursola first. Wait, hang on, there appears to be some very normal sentences happening in the chat. I easy wear comfy. They're two shorts like and. I like easy, they're shorts and wear to comfy. These are some wonderful words. I like wear, they're comfy and easy to shorts. I like comfy, they're easy to ear and ear to shorts. Oh, I see, that one had a typo in it. Comfy wear, they're easy and shorts I like. Shorts, they're wear, easy and comfy like too. Perhaps we should use some of these variants in the actual game. Sing, Cursola, sing! I'm now going to keep Cursola out. because Scratch does nothing. Go Politoed. And I think I'm actually going to switch midway, as Cursola clearly has an advantage here. Oh, thankfully we got that in before the sand attack ruined everything. There we go. Easy peasy. You're pretty hot. Not as hot as Brock. Why is hot Brock? Why is Brock hot? What's going on with Brock's temperature? Does he have a fever? It's going to be rematches, probably. I don't see why not. There's going to be some other stuff with Brock, though. I think he's going to give you a special item called an odd Brockstone. I don't know if that fits into the text limit, but you can figure out what an odd Brockstone might be and what we might have to do with it. No air conditioning in the gym, although canonically in the anime they do have sprinklers. Surprising they would install sprinklers and not air conditioning. That does make sense though, because he's got his shirt off as well, so now we know why he's got his shirt off. He's just hot all the time. I can evolve Brock. Brock-a-rock. Ah, I see Spiritomb in the chat. Indeed. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work yet, but I think the idea is that you will have a empty odd Brockstone. I'm doing quotation fingers. He doesn't know what it's called. And as you defeat Pokemon, in the wild or otherwise, your odd Brockstone can suck up their souls and add them to itself until it reaches the grand total of 108. After which you can make your very own Spiritomb. That's how I think it's going to work anyway. Alright. Oops. I didn't really want to fight everybody here. Oh, Politoed is leveling up, yeah. Obviously faster, but Cursola was the one in the fast level up group, so that should overtake later. Let's just go with minimal on this route. This one only has tackle, so we will stick with Cursola for the longest possible time. Go. It's about to use Weedle. Okay. I think Politoed has more HP, so there's also reasons to stick with Politoed. We also have Hypnosis, which can help. I don't have any other moves for wasting turns, but we have plenty of PP on Hypnosis. I also plan for Brock to be quite disgruntled that Bide is no longer a TM. There we go. There are other kinds of shorts out there. In the forest, you can find shorts. That's That's what he said, right? It's definitely going to happen that I will forget to switch at some point. Of course, I could also be knocked out. If one of these two gets knocked out, and Perish Song hasn't happened yet, before the switching, before the knocking out of one of them, then that's basically the same as blacking out. We won't really be able to continue. So we will need to keep both of them alive. Remember to switch. Probably should have battled the other trainer. Oh no, this is fine. Wonder if we can get all the way across Route 3 without running out of PP. Actually, let's put Perish Song first, and then Hypnosis, and then the moves we're not allowed to use. That'll be better. And let's switch. We can do something similar here, I think. We'll move Tackle down to the bottom. And I'm probably going to use Harden slightly more often than Disable. That should work. Yes, we need to make sure we've got enough PP before each battle. I'm definitely going to need to restore it at some point. I think I'll just head back now because I need to head back anyway to make her reset her position. Well, we're in the morning time. Song. Kind of reminds me of the Unknown runs, except instead of just using one move and being able to kind of mindlessly spam the move, this time there's menuing. It's like an Unknown run with extra steps. Well, not really, but does that make sense? I don't think it does. I'm not sure it even makes sense to me. Metapod is already asleep. I do kind of feel like trying this in Gen 2 at some point. Having said that, after I've done this all the way through in Gen 1, I probably won't want to do that anymore. I didn't bring a Pokeball. Oh no. I need to nip back and get some Pokeballs. It has been a while since I've played Pokemon Red, which sounds really weird because I play Pokemon Red every day. It's a while since I've actually sat and done a full playthrough. Do it. We do need to capture a Paris. The game still has cut bushes. Jay says, if you added Politoed, did you also add more Pokemon part of existing lines like Blossom or Tyrogue? Nope. Nope. Just Politoed and Cursola. Just for this one. Yes, I went to Bulbapedia, as many have done before, and I had a look at the move Perish Song. And I was looking for Pokemon that could learn it at level 1, and I found Politoed and Cursola, and that was it. So that's what we've got. A very strange pairing indeed. Shall we go and get some floor candy? And a rope of escape. It's still called rare candy, but it might be called floor candy in the future. Oh, and I've just noticed, not just noticed, but it's just occurred to me, this is the first time I'm playing this version of the game unedited. Let's go into a battle. As I go into a battle, have a look at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, which is conveniently covered by Ghastly. Let's just move Ghastly over here for a moment. Or down here. There we go, that'll do. Next time I go into a battle, have a look at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Something very strange should happen that's not supposed to happen. There's never a Zubat when you actually want one, is there? Okay, I'll just speed up a little bit. There we go. Have a look at the bottom corner. Did you see that? Little Zubat flickered in the bottom right corner of the screen. I'll do it again in case you missed that. Should happen again. Here we are. Sort of 1 or 2 frames of Zubat flickering in the bottom corner of the screen. This is an emulation error because I'm using a terrible emulator. I like it, but it is considered to be a terrible emulator called VBA-M, and that's required for my overlay, also known as the Porygondolier. So I'm kind of stuck with it for now. It doesn't cause too many problems in the vanilla game, but in the Game Boy Color games, we get this weirdness. So for the Ghostlock videos so far, I've been editing that frame out. But this is live, so I can't really hide anything, can I? VBA, very bad emulator, yes. Oh, that's a Paris. I forgot I needed one of those. Last time we called Paris Beatrice. I'm Beyonce. Quick, somebody give me a name to call this Paris. Oh, that's gonna mess things up again. I really should have fixed that one. The shiny palettes in the Pokédex, just for testing. Beatrice was a nice name. Ground Candy, yes. What do you think I'm gonna rename it to Floor Candy? I think that'd be fun. Taylor Swift. That's too many letters. Doechi? Wait, what? What is that? Is that something I don't want to Google? We're a family-friendly channel, you know? Taylor Swift? Right, okay. Paris, you can be fine, yeah. Wait, let's use, it's these lowercase to make it more obvious. Taylor Swift. Little known fact about Taylor Swift. In Gen 1, Taylor Swift hits even when you're using Fly or Dig. It is now time to fight Team Rocket. Perish, Ratata. You have no choice. It is your destiny. I have been wondering what a Destiny Bond only run would look like. I would need a full team of 6, and then that could work right up until the last battle. Is it? I think John 6 only has 5 Pokemon, right? In the final battle is the first time you battle 6 Pokemon, and at that point Destiny Bond wouldn't be an option. Which is a shame, so you would have to use 1 revive to be able to use that strategy, I think. Unless there's some clever way. Oh my. Leech life. If only Paris could learn Taylor Swift. Wait, did I switch? I'm gonna switch again just in case. It's just occurred to me I can also just use turns by switching a lot. I can do a lot of switching. Alright. Now Fossil Maniac. I'm curious if anybody noticed the Phantom Zubat or the Phantom Pokemon in the bottom right corner before I pointed it out. It is very fast when the game is running quick. That's 1. Now, Voltorb is could be problematic with that Sonic Boom, assuming it has Sonic Boom already. Screech is fine. I'd like to put it to sleep. There we go. Can't remember if it has Sonic Boom or not at this point in time. It may or may not have Sonic Boom. I've just realised I'm still in the bottom left corner. I should be over here. How's that? Off the screen. That'll do. Can't remember if I used Perish Song or not. Let's just use it again. Oh, it failed. Meaning I already used it. Poisoned. I don't have another antidote for realism, but with 39 it'll be fine, and anyway it could faint and we could keep walking because Politoed's alive, so should be alright. It wouldn't be that hard to re-enable poison damage. I didn't expect to get poisoned this many times, to be fair. Here we go. One advantage is it's less flickery, which is nice. Alright, we have a choice. John or Misty. I'm gonna go down to Misty's gym. There's an extra mandatory battle in this gym, which is now a gigantic swimming pool. If you try to get to Misty, you'll find that you can't. You can't access her. What are we gonna do? Oh dear. If we talk to this guy. Yo, champ in making. Here's my advice. In this gym, you battle while swimming. The leader, Misty, is a pro who uses water Pokemon. You can drain all their water with plant Pokemon. It's a strange way to put it. Or zap them with electricity. Marvelous, we need to swim. We can't swim. Uh-oh. What are we going to do? I hope it's obvious that one of the trainers is near the edge. So we do need to speak to this one. Swimmer wants to fight. Bring it, Swimmer. I think I'm going to change this Swimmer to a female swimmer sprite from Gen 2, possibly, or I think there was one in the Space World that might work nicely. I just like the idea of it being more of a kind of all-girls gym, like in the anime. Also, as we'll see soon, they all kind of chat to each other. I think it just works better if they're all girls, probably. There we go. That can't be. You can't swim? We've got another one! Junior trainer female. Are you kidding me? That's the second one today. Fine, come over here. I'll swim to the edge. Swimmer, you'd better not keep her waiting. There we go. Didn't anybody ever teach you to swim? Anyway, I'm more than good enough for you. Misty can wait. So this is the trainer with the Goldeen, as usual. Ooh, confusion, eh? She might be right about... Oh dear. Okay, let's switch. Oh, confusion bad. Let's put it to sleep. There we go. You overwhelmed me. Misty, we've got another dry one. Misty, there's no need to shout. Challenger, come over here, I'll take you on. I'm gonna go and heal up. Hopefully that doesn't break the sequencing. Alright, and when we walk over here, she will finally swim to the edge, and that's how you battle Misty. So yeah, it does mean that the extra swimmer is mandatory. You're a new face. Trainers who turn pro have a policy about... Yeah, she usually says this. There's no difference. There she is. The Gen 2 graphics mod does add unique colours for all the trainers, and I think I will be borrowing that element of it. I do think that the trainers would look better with full colour. Alright. X-Defend, eh? I think this style you might have at least one physical attack. If it's Water Gun, I'd rather take Water Gun with Politoed. Well, we'll use Politoed primarily for Starmie, I think. Perish Song. Can we get it to sleep? That'll do. You're too much. Alright, you can have the Cascade badge to show you beat me. The Cascade badge makes all Pokemon up to level 30 obey. That includes even outsiders. You can also have my new favourite TM. It's floating in the water over there. Feel free to swim over and take it. Ha 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 ha! Oh, I'm sorry. That was a little mean. I can't help but tease you non-swimmers. How about this? If you can beat Vermilion City's gym leader, I'll teach you how to swim. If you want me to teach you how to swim, go and beat Vermilion City's gym first. Reading that a bit weird. Alright. If we come back in, she's gone back over there, but she will happily swim back over and give the same text. So we'll need to come back here later. We don't really need it for this, because we're just going to get Surf and play the game normally. But there's a little hint about how things will work in Ghost Lock. More of a, that's how it will work. It's not really a hint. There we go. Rare candy. I didn't have to be Chansey today. I suppose I could have been a Ghastly. Porymancy is necessary for cohesion, yes. Yes, I haven't got round to doing the whole PNG tuber thing yet. I think that would be nice to have as an option. I assume the software for PNG tuber just looks at your face and then picks a PNG, right? I have no idea how that stuff works. I've seen, obviously, PNGs in recorded videos. We shall find out. If I wasn't allowed to use other moves, I'd have to do a lot more switching. I think we're going to grab Rest on the SSN shortly. Alright. That's John sorted. I think we can just keep going. I could rig Porymancy like Ghastly here. The thing is, this is just kind of face tracking. It doesn't know what surprise is or anything like that. I assume a PNG tuber software would be better at figuring out which one to use. I have no idea. It's an interesting one to look into. Quite happy with my Ghastly though. Time is in Australia. Must be quite late, eh? I remember Jaden Animation's VTuber rig has multiple expression settings. Yeah, I was slightly inspired by Jaden on this one. Obviously she has a style of video that she puts out with animation, but then more recently has been occasionally appearing as a VTuber, and I thought I could probably do that. Spice things up a little bit on the live streams. I'm not sure if Ghastly will be making appearances in edited videos or not. No, I'll say that's a maybe. I think I just wasted a Perish song, but anyway, I think it's time to go back. Yeah. May notice that the guard is also a Snorlax. Yeah. I think I might try switching to my controller. It's because I don't have the game set to always be at 4x speed. I have to hold the spacebar in continuously, which is alright for a little while, but not for any long period of time. Please bear with me for a moment while I hook up a controller. PlayStation 2 controller, no less. Fingers crossed. Will it work? Oh, it's evening time. Ah, it's better. On the PS2 controller, I've mapped R and L2 to the turbo mode so that I can switch between two different fingers. That'll be the end of keyboard noise for the time being. Let's switch over. Politoed's got more Perish songs. Yeah, VBA doesn't have a I don't think there's any hotkey for toggling the turbo on and off. It's kind of, you have to hold it in continuously. It's not great. I could probably change that. I mean, the whole reason I'm using VBA-M is because I've made small changes to the game. Professor WFS, have a good stream. Thanks for streaming. Thank you very much. Thanks for dropping by. I could do something on the overlay to tell me that the enemy is a Perish song on or not. I keep forgetting if I've used it or not. That's it, we're on the third rotation of music, which means that we're now 2 hours in. We've got 2 badges. Did spend quite a long time Romhacking though. Do a little save. I've heard that Nugget Bridge apparently has the highest concentration of mandatory trainers anywhere in the game. Are you watching, Matt? Drop a comment. Oh gosh, I mentioned Tombstone earlier as well. In passing, of course. We're getting there though. Feels like a lot of trainers when you've got to use Perish Song on everybody. In theory, Politoed and Cursola should have both gained exactly the same amount of EXP. 4752. 4712. 4717, yeah, it'll be slightly different because they start with a different amount, but it's a very fair system when you're constantly switching between the two. Politoed leveling up a little bit faster there at the moment. Cursola starting to catch up. Oops, wasted a Perish Song. And basically gave Perish Song to Cursola by accident. So if both of them are both already perishing, let's say have a perish number on, it will fail, but if one of them has one and the other one doesn't, then it will just add it to that one will be given a perish count. So that was completely unnecessary. I just did it again. Oh well. I'm not really going for time today. We got 5 Perish Songs, I think we can keep going. We'll go this way. Ooh, wait, does bind stop you from switching? No, not in this game. I think it might do in future games. Slowpoke man. Boy. Oh, that was Politoed's last Perish Song. I'm going to need to be a little conservative. I probably should have gone to heal up. This is poisoned. this is fine. I think I've got 2 more trainers to battle. I'm gonna have to go and heal up. One of the joys of editing videos is you get to pretty much skip this part. Let's fight this one. I think the other trainer probably had less Pokemon. We could have battled that one instead. Perish Soul. There we go. Oh no! It looks like we're faddling. Looks like we're battling both of them today. Oh well, hopefully we've got enough PP. We need 4 more for the last, I think. Okay, wait, how many Pokemon does this guy have? It's gonna be close. Yeah, we can do it just. As long as I didn't mess up again. Yeah, each one has 2. Fuddling? Who said anything about fuddling? What is a fuddling? Would be better if Cursola wasn't poisoned. Oh, there's only 3 Pokemon here. I thought she had 4 for some reason. No sweat. Aha, take that. Trying to use Absorb, but I have disabled it. Just a little bit curious. I just want to check. Did I actually get the DVs right? If we just turn on the stats bar for a moment. Yes, 8988. And if we switch 8.88. Yes, good. I probably should have checked that sooner, but I was pretty sure that would be fine. Alright, let's go and speak to Mr. Bill. Here we are. I'll probably be doing quite a lot with Bill in the Ghost Lock. Yes, I quite like this song as well. Oh, I forgot to use an escape probe to save a teeny tiny bit of time. Oh well. Notice that now we've been to speak to Bill, conveniently, Snorlax has moved and has been replaced by a small child. I saw that huge Pokemon get up and move. It went right through this house. It was awesome. You can tell. I don't think I've changed the text here yet, but I was thinking of making it... I'll probably have it so that the Team Rocket came and messed up his house, and then Snorlax came through and finished it off. We might need to make it extra messy inside. And then, of course, so where is Snorlax now? I don't think I've used Perry's song yet. There we go. Snorlax is now here, so it's supposed to be blocking the way. It's not. I'm trying to get rid of all the cut bushes as well, so this was kind of a two birds, one stone kind of thing. And this... yeah, the rocket could potentially mention the Snorlax moving. But, yeah, for me, this Snorlax is canonically the Snorlax from Celadon City. It's made its way all the way here somehow. And has been replaced by, or will be replaced by a different Pokemon. There's a lot of text to update still. We have our mystical fire guy back here. I'm not going to fight him. He's quite strong, actually. He's pretty much kind of a gym leader standard. But he's definitely stronger than Surge. And his Pokemon will have custom moves as well, so he's pretty tough. And of course, if we beat him, we can teach a Pokemon Mystical Fire. Just go for Hypnosis first then, fair enough. That's fine. I must say, I'm really quite glad with how the back sprite came out for Cursola. We didn't do the original art for it. The sprite was done by Nuuk. I hope I pronounced that correct. It was a 48 by 48 sprite for Crystal, and I needed it to be 28 by 28 for this game. So I sort of traced it, but obviously it's quite a complex sprite, so I had to mess with it for quite a while, but I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Quite happy with Politoed as well, really, but that one was much, much faster. Similar process there. Do we have enough Perish Song? We do. Matteo says, it's weird how we're taking items in a video game from a house that's ransacked or crumbled. Yeah, there are a few things which are morally questionable in this game. I suppose they did try to justify it a little bit by having him tell you that his Diglett learned dig naturally and that's why you don't have to give it back, but it's a little bit weird. I don't feel like you as a player have a choice whether you want to go and talk to him and offer to give it to him or not. I don't think we're going to be using... Yeah, we're going to have to heal up. We won't be able to dig to go back, that's fine. We're going to have to heal up a few times. I want to get rest. Can't quite remember which room rest is in. I think that's not it, is it? That's something else. That's an ether, that'll come in handy. I don't think that's it. I might be wrong. Maybe it is. Well, if it isn't, we can do an extra battle. Oh, it's me! The other me. Speaking of morally questionable, we have the Eevee that we just steal from the table. That's probably my favourite one. Confusion bad. I'm going to switch. Ah, it was rest. Oh, handy. Oh no. Okay, that's a crash. Oh no. What? Okay. Well, I did hope to find some bugs today. But whatever just happened, I'm pretty sure this is not unique to this version of the game. I'm pretty sure it's in Ghost Lock as well. Something's gone wrong. I've had some issues with TMs in my other big ROM. Oh. Oh no. Wait, why is Politoed faint? I didn't even see what happened. I'm gonna need to restart. Oh dear. It's the sailor, he's too strong. Did I just let Perish Song get me? I honestly no idea what just happened. I wonder if this means I won't be able to get rest or any other TMs for that matter. Right, we'll save the game, grab the TM, let's see. Use. Huh, it's okay so far. I'll teach it to Cursola. Seems okay this time. I have no idea what happened last time. I'm gonna have to watch that back later. Oh, I think I know what happened. Hang on. Let's save the game. I suspect it was when did I say no? Saying no there? I don't know, I had something happen. I think it was in the Eevee video. There was some weird glitchiness going on with Psywave. I'll have to check how I fix that, because it's probably the same issue. I let Perish Song go to 0. I said that would happen. I'm glad you were watching, because I had no idea. Alright, Body Slam's no good to us, but we can at least grab the rare candy. If I can remember which door it's through. It's not that one, is it? This one, I think. It'd be really good if I could just use Water Gun. I should imagine that would be quite effective. Some might say super effective. Switch. The old sing and switch. I think Politoed will be better at taking embers. There we go. More floor candy. We got a total 2, 3. Should probably be careful in the items menu. Something's definitely not right. All right. I think I've got a potion. That's probably enough. I mean, it is Psywave. It do be glitchy on its own. Yeah, Psywave's not great. I can't remember exactly what the thing was with Psywave. Does it do less damage than it's supposed to or something? It never seems to do very much. Time to make Raticate perish. It's okay, Raticate. I already perished and became a ghastly. It's not so bad. The one that desyncs link battles. There are a couple of moves that desync link battles. I can't remember if Psywave does or not. Whether it's glitchy or not, we can definitely agree that it's not very good. If it had disabled Perish Song there, that would have been quite frustrating. Ooh. confusion hurts a bit. There we go. Ivysaur. Okay, Harden's not going to do anything. But we don't really want Politoed taking Vine Whips. There we go. So, HMO 1 will not be in the game. Things will be different here. But I think the captain will still be super excited about cutting bushes and might even cut one or two for you. Also, the boat probably won't leave. Not sure yet. Right. It is time to do menuing. There we go. There's any trash in this gym? There's a good chance the second switch is this one right here. Yep. Supposed to be one next to it, but the whole puzzle is pretty glitchy. There's always a chance for it to be the top left one. So if I find the first switch in the top left one, I usually just go for the top left one again. It works sometimes. Astral Flyer, Astral Flyer, greetings, my ducky friendo. Greetings. Welcome to the video. Thank you for dropping by. Alright. Politoed. Okay, we'll use Perish Song and quickly switch out, but I think Voltorb doesn't have any electric type moves anyway. But it does have Sonic Boom, and if it's going to use Sonic Boom, I'd rather Politoed take the Sonic Boom as we've got a bit more HP. And Sonic Boom does work on Cursola, because Gen 1. Let's see. Yeah, there comes Sonic Boom. I'd rather not take too many Sonic Booms. Thankfully it's asleep. Pikachu. Oh no, don't do that. How very dare you. See, if I'd thought about this properly, I would have... Oh, no. I think I'm better off switching to Cursola because Politoed has a higher chance of being knocked out in one from a stray Thunderbolt. But we need to actually use Perish Song. Okay, we're good. Barring something major, I think we're okay now. Ooh. Okay, switch out. X speed anyway. The real deal, kid. Yeah. This part in the game may unlock something I'm calling the Drift Blim Taxi, or that might be later. I'm not sure yet, but that will be kind of to replace Fly. I think Fly will still be in the game, but you need it to be optional because of the whole ghostification thing. Oh, we need to go and get the bike voucher. Learning something new about how this game is held together by chewing gum and happy thoughts from the devs. I like that one. That's quite nice, that. Duct tape and spite. It is now. I added the spite, they added the duct tape. bite was all me. Park moment. There's a Coffer-gigas there in the way. It shows no sign of moving. Which is slightly odd, because if you talk to it from the other side, it turns around. It shows no sign of moving. Well, I mean, it just turned around, so that's a bit... I might make it not turn around. I'm not sure yet. I think this taxi service should unlock when you get to Fuchsia. I think I agree. I think it'd be more fun if you have to make your own way back to Pallet Town. We don't need to do this for this one, but I'm just going to show off the swimming lesson. Oh, you managed to beat Lieutenant Surge? Very impressive. As promised, I will teach you how to swim. Let's begin, shall we? It plays some surfing music from Gen 2 while the screen is black. Great job! Beyonce, you learn fast. Much faster than the last one I taught. Junior trainer female. Are you still talking about John? Swimmer. Here we go again. Misty, quiet, both of you. Honestly, why is everybody so noisy in this gym? Anyway, Beyonce, don't forget your TM. I'm gonna grab the TM. I had to swim for a while. It's not sequence breaking. She's supposed to hand it to you, but I like that she just drops it in the water. Right, so we have cut. Oh, we need to get a bike. Good night, Alolan Figment. Thank you for dropping by. I can't promise not to use Dream Eater on you while you're asleep. Beyonce is a quick learner. You may have noticed Misty never uses your name prior to the swimming lesson. I thought having her use your name after the swimming lesson would give the impression of some time having passed. Maybe what I'll do is advance the time of day by a few hours as well, so you can really kind of feel it. It's dawn! I like it when it's dawn. It's a lovely time of day. Right, let's go over here, and I will use cut, even though I don't need to. There isn't anything to cut. Oh well. I'm pretty sure Rock Tunnel is dark in this game as well. Okay, we want to switch. Oddish is bad news for Politoed. Oh no! Don't do that. This is the one with 4 plants. I was getting her mixed up with the other one. Oh, we have rest though. But if I use rest and then switch, then I'll just be asleep instead of planning to wake up. Will I wake up after 3 turns? No, it'll be random again, I think. How many turns until I wake up? I'm just gonna switch. Oh. Marvelous. Maybe it's nap time. There we go. Poisoned again. Come on, Politoed, make with the waking up. There we go. Rap. I think I can just switch though. Yeah, rap is fine. I suspect if this was Gen 2, the existence of things like mean look and proper trapping moves could be problematic. Right, let's head back. This TM here is TM 30, which is teleport, but from Gen 2 onwards it was Shadow Ball, so it will be Shadow Ball. So that's a much more useful TM. You're getting sleepy. Very sleepy, Caterpie. Nope, wasted a perish song. Never mind. There we go. Yeah, the other reason you don't really want to be coming over here just after getting swim is now I could technically swim down to the power plant. So that's not ideal. It is not yet time for that kind of thing. Better just block the whole route off. Darkness! It's so dark. I think we'll manage. Probably should have bought some repels though, that would have been a good idea. You'd think I've never played this game before, wouldn't you? Another Snorlax at Route 10. Oh, you mean on the exit from Rock Tunnel? Or do you mean for the... to stop you getting to the power plant? You can't get onto that route anyway until later in the game. You need to find a different way to get to Lavender Town, which is where you will still get the Poke Flute. Will be like a late game item, I think. Couldn't find Flash as a kid, so I memorized the path through Rock Tunnel. Yeah, I remember being in Rock Tunnel without Flash and being quite lost on the original GVC screen, so it makes it even harder. You can't really make out the cues of the walls quite so well on the original screen, and I was trapped in there for quite some time. Yeah, this would have been better with repels. Oh dear. Yeah, you won't be able to get to the power plant, but you will be going through the Seafoam Islands quite early. I'm pretty sure, well, you won't have strength anyway, but I'm pretty sure for story-related reasons, there's no way you would be able to get Articuno. You'll just sort of be passing through the first time. I need to talk about hypotheticals again now, because if poison was doing damage to me outside of battle, taking poison there would have been quite bad. But hypothetically, I could have brought full heals and antidotes. Anyway, poison isn't working outside of battle. Might be a problem anyway, actually. Both poisoned. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, Vine Whip is bad. Okay. I'm gonna... At least we can rest Cursola. There we go. And Politoed. I get some potions. Oh, who have I just bumped into? I know this one's not even mandatory. I could have just made it bright in here. Oh, another optional one, I think. Flash. Yeah, the Flash HM certainly won't be in the game. It might just be a lantern or something. I think Rock Tunnel as well will just be an optional location though. You won't really have to go through Rock Tunnel at any point, so maybe some post-game reasons. Wait, 4 Pokemon. Don't know if I've got enough PP for that. Nope. Oh no. I can't remember when I last saved. I'm probably gonna have to black out. I'm tempted to black out and then make the cave not dark anymore. Come on, Geodude. Attack me! I feel like we could have a Litwick themed lantern, maybe. Oh, ah, yes, ghost lock things. Not a problem. We can just heal up. My party should have been empty if this was ghost lock. So it puts you in front of the PC so that you can withdraw some more Pokemon. This is fine. Right, I'm just gonna pull up the notepad here and try to remember how to make it not dark anymore. I think it's this one. I mean, there is a guide for this on the interwebs, so I think we can just Misty Swam. I think we can just skip this bit. That should be fine. I mean, we don't really need this either. I'll just get rid of that too. Game is compiling. Shouldn't take too long. There we go. Let's see. That's better. I still don't have repels though. It's significantly easier to navigate. And yet, I still walked in front of this guy. Or maybe I wanted the EXP, you know? There was some talk about the shiny odds earlier. This game will also have the shiny charm. I've already added the shiny charm as an item. I'll be talking about that in a future video soon. I also think it's a shame that the shiny charm is so late in the game though. You don't really get to benefit much from it while you're playing. So I think there'll be 5 shiny charms in this game. I think I just wasted a perish song. Each shiny charm will give you an extra 2 chances to re-roll for a shiny. So when you have 5 shiny charms, that will be an 11 in 8,192 chance. Significantly better odds, but we're still kind of in the ballpark of modern games plus shiny charm. It's a bit better than that, but it'll be difficult to get all 5 as well. Some of them will be pretty well hidden and late gamey. Quite a lot of Zubats in this cave. Exploding hiker. I should definitely stick with Cursola in case it uses self-destruct. Yep. Now I need to switch though because of the perish song. We'll use it there and switch straight away. There we go. I'm supposed to be winning with perish song, not self-destruct. But I'll take it. There we go. Food free for free, self-destruct. No perish song required. One more. Oops. Like help Psyche use self-destruct on the turn they'd faint. Yeah, it's like he knew. It's like if we're doing this, we're doing it on my terms. I control my own fate. Gonna need to grab some more ethers and elixirs and things. Definitely gonna need them in the league. I won't need that many, but 2 or 3 would be good to have. Per Pokemon. There's 1 max ether there, so we probably want 5 or 6 total. Sure we can swing that. There's 1 more mandatory battle. I don't have enough Perish songs. Piplup Rocks just ran 100 meters. Nice gradulations on the running. Can't remember the last time I ran 100 meters. Or ran, actually. I don't have any feet, you see. It's quite nice playing the game with the time of day stuff on. Oh, wrong way. I think it would be a good thing if future runs on the channel also happened in at least a variation of this game. Maybe sort out some of the bugs. Celadon City just looks lovely with the evening glow and the lovely green roofs. It's about to change. We can go and enjoy it on the rooftop as well. I guess it'll be night time now. Yeah, it's just gone 8:30, so... Well, we needed to come up here anyway. Not sure if it's worth buying any thing here. I did lose half of my cash recently because of a unfortunate incident. This is still a Snorlax, but it won't be forever. I didn't catch a flyer either. Should we go and catch a Pidgey or something? Still got some balls, yeah. I think this route... Pretty sure you can get Pidgey on this route. I think it's super common now. Let's just double check. Yes. There we are. Ah. I'm gonna try for one more. There we go. Oh. Ah, no, it's happened again. I tried to use HMO2, it crashed the game. Oh dear. Teething issues. At least it's not a different bug. Ah, I'm all the way back here. Curses. Yes, Venonat. Let's blame everything on Venonat. I think I'll try and catch my Pidgey first this time. There we go. Right, let's go grab the HM again. Hopefully we can use it. Otherwise, we have a lot of walking to do. Save the game. No! Oh no! Oh. Overlay is glitching out. Oh dear. What can I do? Oh, the game's gone. What? What? Save data's gone. I don't have a save state. How bad did the game just crash? Wait. How? Okay. Let's just pull up Notepad and we can have a look at the save data, see if it's possible to salvage it or not. Looks scary, but if you run it and put it into hex, view in hex, it looks significantly less scary. I'm not sure what would cause, I mean, sometimes you get it, it'll say that your save data is corrupted and then it won't load. But this just went straight to the new game screen. Okay. What options do we have? mean, I could try doing the checksums to get this to work. I need some different software for that. Not sure if this one has checksumming abilities or not. No. Don't think I've got the hex editor on this PC. I thought I did. Not entirely convinced that just redoing the hex would have actually fixed it. Oh, here we are, win hex. I think, is this the one? Here we are. This is an evaluation version that you may try for 45 days and distribute free of charge. For regular usage, you are required to order the full version. You will receive license codes and enable full functionality. And then in large letters, expired. Awesome, so we can't use that. Save editors compatible, not really. Yeah, the save data is not super different, but because the Pokédex is longer, everything that comes after the Pokédex data, the Pokédex owned and Pokédex seen flags, gets shifted later. Yeah. And there's also a few extra values that I've added in the gaps that probably wouldn't hurt too much if they weren't there, but yes, this is not too good. If this wasn't a stream, I could just start again. I wish I'd taken a save state or something. I didn't think it would go that wrong, that badly. Now, what could we do? I could start a fresh save and try to recreate what happened by getting the Politoed and Cursola, kind of rebuild the save. Rewind, yeah, rewind. Yeah, no. Wait, does it? I don't, at least this version of VBAM I don't think has a rewind. It does, but I think because I pressed reset as well, any rewind data is gone. Ghastly rig, I love it. Thanks. I'm enjoying the ghastly rig. Ah, new game. How badly do you have to crash the game to make this happen? That's just loaded some data. We can see some of the nonsense in the overlay. If I put the stats bar on, there'll probably be additional nonsense. So this nonsense has been saved to the game. Yeah, I'll make the VOD public. I don't know what's gonna happen now though. I'm just trying to figure this one out. We've been on for 3.5 hours. I'm not entirely sure I want to start again or not. Wait, I'm gonna try turning the stats bar on. Yep, looks pretty bad. Yeah, the save file seems to be very, very broken. It would also be useful to know what the issue was that caused the fly thing. I suppose what we could do, if we jump into Ghost Lock, I don't mind losing my save data in Ghost Lock. I can always get new save data. We jump into here. So this is actual Ghost Lock now. And do I have... I'll go grab... Well... I've got some TMs. Seems alright at the moment. I have found in the past it seems to be specifically certain TMs and HMs can maybe cause issues when it happened to me in a different ROM. I don't think I've got cut. Marvellous. Let's go get something with cut. I need this executor with all the HMs. There we go. I said I didn't mind losing my save data. I mean, I'd rather not, so I might just make a backup. Would be a minor inconvenience. There we go. Right, let's try using HMO2, the game destroyer. It seems to be completely fine. I see. It's possible that that was not a ghost lock issue then. Maybe, I mean, I'll try a few more. Ah, there we are. Thunderbolt did it. Let's see if the save data's intact or not. Oh, it's not looking good. Okay. There was a lot of nonsense on the screen just there. Let's try that again. It's so weird how it does it sometimes, but not all the time. There we are. Maybe it's when it's at the top of the list. I'm not sure. I've definitely seen this issue before. Seems to be a bit more merciful with my save data this time though. I seem to remember last time there was a second issue that came with it. I can't remember if it was separate or not. There was something with the PC where it would no, this seems to be fine. That must have been a separate issue. I kind of wonder how bad this save is now, because could be doing damage. It's so weird how it does it sometimes and not others. Seems alright there. Question is, if I do end the stream here, what do I do with the title and thumbnail? Ah. Just have a look through my notes and see if I can find something about this issue. It'd be good to at least figure out why this is happening and have some explanation for it. Maybe we do a second stream another day to retry this challenge. Yeah, Pokemon Red, but the game perishes. To be fair, I had in mind that this might end up being a part 1, part 2 kind of thing anyway. I just didn't expect it to be these exact circumstances. This is what I get for basically doing a bug test. A bug test? For testing a partially made game on stream. I accept full responsibility. I'm not sure how, but I do. Yeah, it did seem to happen at the transition between the two screens, didn't it? It's probably just something where it's doing a bank switch and it's... I've probably separated some things that should be in a bank together and it's broken it. I was hoping I would have some kind of file on my PC with some notes about how I fixed that issue last time. It would save me figuring it out again. But so far, nothing. Definitely seems to be happening a bit less in this one. I don't know if it depends on which tile you're standing on. Some things are like that. I think when the save data went kaput, it was over here. We were... Wait. I can't remember if I was in here or outside, but we'll try it here. Maybe it was just outside. Seems alright at the moment. I was outside. I'm not sure if I don't know if it matters what tile you're on or anything like that, but I don't know if looking at the Pokédex had any impact. These types of bugs tend to be a little bit more tricky to figure out. They don't seem to be terribly consistent. Although, a bug not being consistent is also kind of an indicator. So, if we... Oh, no, that's fine. Okay, get rid of that save data. And... take a quick look at the code. We have a script called item effects, and in here we have a list of items, but TMs are separate. So if we go down to TMs, it's quite far down. I'll just search for learn move. Here we go. Oh no, the raw code thing, that was just the save data. I was wondering if I could somehow recover the save data. Well, it seems pretty messed up. Oh, here we are. That's the yes, no. I can't remember if the crash happened before or after the yes, no menu. I feel like it was after. But sometimes it happens even when you say no. And definitely seems to be around here somewhere. We don't have any call files or anything. Sometimes things can get messed up if you have an imbalanced number of these pushes and pops. These have the effect of kind of taking some value and putting it on something called the stack, and you do that with push, and then you bring it back down off of the stack with something called pop. And if you don't keep these balanced, then bad things can happen. But I don't think I've really made any changes in here. If anything, the party menu itself is probably this. So I have made little changes to the call display party menu script because I had to add something for the move tutor. So it's probably over there. But if that's the case, then it's a completely different bug to what I was seeing in the EV-ROM. Which also seems unlikely because it's quite similar. This is the main file from the EV-ROM, and sometimes your banks get too full, so you'll end up moving files between them, which can cause some problems, and there were definitely some problems with this one, so it might just be worth comparing this one, because I'm pretty sure I fixed the issue here. see if there are any obvious differences. I mean, there will be, because one of them's Ghost Lock, but in particular the Gen 1 bits. Yeah, nothing obvious. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. But we are sort of 4 hours into the stream, so I think what I'll probably do is end it here, try and figure it out, and then maybe, if I can figure it out, come back and do another stream, possibly next weekend. I can talk through what the issue was, and we can start it again. Or I could possibly try and get a save back to roughly where I was, and continue from there. Yeah, I think we'll probably do something like that. Otherwise I could be staring at this code for hours, and it's not particularly exciting. Add split screen freaks me out. Yeah, I saw a thing about that before I started the stream. It told me that there would be split screen ads. I actually had an option. It said I could turn it on or off, but if I turned it off, it would put ads. It would pause the video, not pause the video, you would miss part of the video. I thought, okay, split screen sounds like the less bad of two evils, if you like. But I'm happy to change it back to the other setting next time, I don't mind. Yes, I will try to make notes this time. I've gotten quite good at making notes. One of the problems is that when I was working on the EV-ROM, I didn't use GitHub or anything. These days with Ghost Lock, it's not currently a public repo, but I have everything on GitHub, so every little change I make, I can go back and check it, and I can roll it back as well, figure out where the issues are. So yeah, sadly I didn't have that in the past, but I'll figure it out. Hopefully come back and talk about what silly thing I did, and we can get Politoed and Cursola to the end of the game. But thank you everyone for joining, and for anyone joining after the fact, apologies that you potentially just sat through a 4-hour VOD, how do we say that? That didn't result in a very satisfying conclusion, but hopefully we'll do this again. yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have today. I've been Ghastly, as you can see. And... oops, if I can get the right hotkey. I would like to wish you a wonderful day. And look forward to welcoming you back to another video soon. For now, bye!